Welcome to Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is May the 27th, 2026. We're going to be talking about NXT because we have a title match happen. And we heard from the Dark State, they just don't want weak links. And they think Shaquan Sugars is the weak link. So after they said all that, they attacked Miles Bourne and Tavion Hines when they have their little competition of what happened last week. I need my fan on me. What happened last week? There we go. What happened last week with Tavion Hines costing Tony D'Angelo and Miles Bourne their match against Mason Rook and Cam Hendricks. So all of that happened. And we heard that next week it will be Dark State versus Tavion Hines and Miles Bourne. Something's going to happen. I think Tavion Hines might turn heel. I think he already did turn heel. Didn't he already turn heel? I have no idea. It looks like he did. So, yeah. We heard that AEW is going to be 3 hours again for AEW Dynamite and Collision for this week. Why? Why are we getting more 3 hours of this shows? Like, Collision never has good matches. It's always the top guy versus jobbers. We've seen Rouge on 2 different collisions facing 2 jobbers. What the hell I care about that? And we got women's tag team champions facing jobbers. It's never a good... it's always like WWE main event where you get, there's some people that you don't really care for and they're in the match. But at least in main event, it's people that's already contracted to WWE and they're facing WWE guys, not jobbers. Like, these jobbers don't even work for AEW. They are just little jobbers. And they lose so fast. And why I care? I don't know. I don't care. So, yeah, I don't know why there's another 3 hours. I'm getting really annoyed of that because I'm okay with 2 hours of wrestling. The only 3 hours show we have right now is SmackDown. But they might be going back to 2 hours in July. So, at least they're going to do that. Because there's not a lot of wrestlers on SmackDown. Because they keep releasing people and all that stuff. And so they can't use almost everybody or half of the roster. They want to use all the roster if they don't do promos. If they don't do video packages for Monday Night Raw. So yeah, it's a little annoying, and there's a lot of people injured right now, so they don't have a big roster right now because of the injured people. And there's a lot of people that have bad injuries, and that will be gone for almost a year. Like Kevin Owens, he's supposed to be on SmackDown, and he's injured badly with his neck injury. So yeah, it's a little hard for them. I'm happy that they're going to do 2 hours now. Well, not now. Maybe in July. They said in July. That's the rumors. In July, they will go back to 2 hours. That's what I heard. That's what I read. And that's what everybody says. In 2 hours, they might go back to 2 hours. In July, they go back to 2 hours. I don't mind that. AEW? Why am I fall asleep when I watch Collision, man. I fall asleep. And now we have to hear MJF now because he won the world title. I want to see him ball, not win. You made me upset. I didn't even watch the show. And you still make me upset. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got some segments here. We got Tony D'Angelo will be calling out Naruko. Evil, if you want to say. I can't even say Naruko. Is it Naruko? Something like that. He had things to talk about Cam Hendricks. He says that he's going to be defending his title against Cam next week on NXT. But ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't want to care. He doesn't care about Cam. He cares about Naruko because Naruko been doing these rhymes, these riddles around Tony D'Angelo, and we don't know why. Does he want a shot at the championship? Why is he doing this? And that's what Tony D'Angelo wants to get answers for. He called him out and he says, I understand why you're doing this. You want a shot at the championship. Naruko says that he wants to protect Tony D'Angelo and the title. And he says we're destined to have a war for the championship. One day. And then Cam comes out. He talks about a whole bunch of trash about Tony D'Angelo. But Tony D'Angelo says, you didn't earn your way to win this shot of the title. You just got handed to you. And all that stuff. He says, you're just going to get your butt kicked by me next week. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Cam was about to attack Tony D'Angelo. But Naruko stopped him and attacked Cam Hendricks at the end. So is he really trying to protect Tony D'Angelo? Mason Root says he's going to watch this NXT Championship match. Naruko came up to him and says, I'm not letting that happen. I'm not letting anyone mess up with this championship match. So is he actually trying to protect Tony D'Angelo and the NXT title? Who knows? Well, I can't talk about the next thing because, ladies and gentlemen, this guy just named it after Shiloh Hill's match. So let's get to the matches right now. We have Kalani Jordan versus Ren Sinclair. Ren Sinclair had a bandage leg because she's still not 100%. They said she is, but she's not. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was Kalani Jordan because she targeted the leg, and she wins the match with a submission. And she wouldn't let go, and Kendall had to yell at her, get off. Didn't really work out so well. We had Dorian Van Dukes versus Shawn Legacy in a speed title tournament. These guys went at it. They tried to destroy each other when trying to beat the clock. But ladies and gentlemen, they didn't beat the clock. It was a draw. It was a draw. And so, ladies and gentlemen, whoever wins the next match, it's supposed to be a tournament. Whoever wins the next match will be facing Lexis King for the speed title, I believe, next week. We had Jada Parker versus Layla Diggs, Evolve superstar. She had Natty in her corner, but she lost the match. Natty's not happy. But Natty says she could, they had like a interview or exclusive backstage. Layla Diggs says, I'm sorry I let you down, or I feel like I'm going to let you down. And Natty says, yeah, you did. She said, but there's room for improvements. And she says, maybe I'll let you come to the dungeon. But Layla did not get the details. And didn't know when or where is the dungeon. I think everybody knows where the dungeon is, right? Next, we got Romeo versus Nathan Frazier from Friday Night SmackDown. Will be firsting for the Speed title tournament. These guys went fast and furious. It was great to see Nathan Frazier back in NXT. Romeo had Noam Dar in his corner, and Nathan Frazier had Axiom in his corner. It was a pretty decent match. But the winner of that match was Romeo. Romeo gets the win. An interesting roll-up, but he got the win. And ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be facing Lexis King for the Speed title. And everybody shook hands. They say congrats. They respect each other. And they saw on the balcony Lexis King and the rest of the Birthright. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have OTM versus The Calling. It didn't happen because when OTM was doing their entrance, Shawn Spears attacked OTM with the steel chair and making the match didn't happen. Izzy Dame and Nico Vance is not happy of what Shawn Spears is doing. And ladies and gentlemen, next match is Mr. NXT. Charlotte Hill will be versing Charlie Dempsey. These guys went at it. Charlie Dempsey doing his submission. Charlotte Hill was just doing his craziness. And he helped Lizzie Rain to locate Zarya. And we had a brawl between Lizzie Rain and Zarya. And now we have Lizzie Rain versus Zarya next week on NXT. But Charlotte Hill and Charlie Dempsey, these guys did everything they could. The winner of that match, it was like a bridge. It was like a bridge for I forgot who it was for. I think it was for I think Charlotte Hill reversed Charlie Dempsey, but Charlie Dempsey tried to overpower him. But Charlotte Hill grabs his arms and holds it, and the shoulders was down. Charlotte Hill gets the win. And then Tristan Angels comes out, and he is upset that Charlotte Hill thinks he's Mr. NXT. So he talked to Robert Stone, and in 2 weeks, there's going to be a Mr. NXT's beauty pageant. What the hell does that mean? We're getting a beauty pageant in 2 weeks. Because he says if you want to be Mr. NXT, there's going to be challenges and all these stuff. So we're going to have that in 2 weeks. Our main event, we got Lola Buys versus Izzy Dane for the NXT Women's Championship. Shawn Spears again trying to get involved. He got kicked. He tried to cheat his way by attacking Lola Buys, grabbing her foot, making sure that she can't get in the ring while the referee distracted. Nico Vance stopped him, trying to see what the hell is he doing. And then OTM comes out and gets rid of the men of the calling. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have Izzy Dane versus Lola Buys one-on-one. No more interruptions. But, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match, and still your NXT Women's Champion, Lola Buys. Everybody is looking at this championship match. They want to face her. Kylie Armstrong. You got, I forgot who else was there. You got a whole bunch of people watching this match, and they want the title shot. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting closer to the next DLC. I'm hoping we're getting closer to the next DLC. We still didn't get any updates about when this thing comes out. I know it comes out somewhere in June. I'm hoping before my birthday. That would be cool. Imagine that, before my birthday. If you guys want to know, it's June 9th. You guys can say happy birthday to me. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not telling you my age. But, imagine that before my birthday we get a DLC. That would be cool. That would be cool. But the sucky part is that the ringside pass. I wish I just get my DLC. Not freaking have to worry about ringside pass. Of course, I'm going to do the same thing I did the last 2 times. I will pay for the tiers. I'm going to cheat and get my DLCs. Because that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to play through the game. I don't want... When I do Universe Mode, I'm so focused on doing the matches, get my story straight. I don't want to worry about doing the frickin' tiers for the ringside pass. So yeah, I don't want to do that. So that's why we cheat. Tyler, you shouldn't cheat. But you know what? I'd rather get what I need right away. Because they showed us the King entrance. I think maybe today we're going to see the Filthy Animal Rey Mysterio. Will they have the Filthy Animal entrance, the theme song, and the Titantrons? I don't know. I don't know the Titantrons. I don't know what the theme song is for Filthy Animals because I never watched WCW. I see a little clips. But I never seen their entrance. So, would it be Rey Mysterio entrance, Budaka, and he's just wearing Filthy Animal clothes? I have no idea. But we will find out. Kane looks cool. I like that Kane. He looks cool. He looks cool. I don't think they changed his theme song or his Titantrons. Because he's always has like the same Titantrons in the years. Sometimes it's different. Sometimes it's just the same fire looking Titantrons. So I didn't see any difference. Because it's always the same. And, yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, but it's always the same for Kane. But Filthy Animal, Rey Mysterio, I'm hoping they have the entrance in there in the Titantron. And maybe Rey Mysterio have different finishers, because he doesn't have the 619 in WCW. He has a different one, right? He has different finishers. So I'm hoping that's what they have for him. They did it for The Rock as well. They changed his finisher. They changed some people's finishers, but sometimes they don't change my faction's old school people finishers. I heard there's a Brock Lesnar that will be in my faction when this DLC comes out. I believe there's a Brock Lesnar that I think you have to win it in my faction. I wish you get it free when you do the ringside pass, but I think it's on my faction. I believe it is. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know anything about my faction. When I do my faction, I just see what's on there. If it's something I could do, I would do it. I don't look it up on the internet and check it out, see what's there, and Because every time I look at it and I get excited and then I see the live events that I can't do it because I don't have the right cards, or it's going to be a hard-ass match like ambulance or a casket match. I don't want to do those things. So, yeah, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not going to try to get myself excited. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Tyler's out. See you guys tomorrow for AEW results for 3 hours again. That's all me today. Tyler's out. Bye!